Hi, this is Chris, and welcome to your Business Bud. Here, I share financial education videos that will motivate you to save and make more money online. So subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you'll be updated on our financial education videos every week. We all know that it's important to save money. Even when we are young, we hear it. And some of us were taught early by our parents the importance of saving. That is why when we've grown up and had our own income, the idea of saving is not removed from our minds. And we also seem to be guilty when we have nothing to save. But even though it's common sense that you should save first before you spend, did you know that the majority of people still don't save? There's so many reasons why most don't save. It's either their income is just right to cover their expenses, they're not making a budget, or maybe they already have savings but they always tend to spend it all. And this is a common thing that happens to most people. They would save but they do not know how to manage it properly and give protection. So in the end, they go back to zero and they have lower self-esteem because they feel they are a failure and they're no longer motivated to save again. You must remember that saving requires discipline, self-control, sacrifices, and being consistent. There is a famous saying that prevention is better than cure. There are things that destroy your savings, so while it's still early, you need to be aware of these things so you can easily avoid them and also give protection to your savings. So, in our video today, I will share with you 5 things you should avoid or you should not do with your savings. These things are for people who have savings and people who are just starting to save. And remember, together, we can. Number 1, avoid having no purpose or goal in your savings. The first mistake you will make with your savings is not having a clear purpose. Just like you're only saving because you've heard it from others, but you don't ask yourself why and for what you're saving for. It is impossible to hit a target that you don't see. And just like in saving, there's a good chance that you will also use up all of your money when you do not make a goal because you just go with the flow, just like most people are doing. One advantage in having a goal is that you can really feel that there is a purpose to what you're doing because you have a direction to follow. So, if you want to avoid spending all of your savings, it's time to ask yourself why you're doing it. Maybe you want to pay off all your debts, save for your emergency fund, or maybe your goal is to retire early. Whatever it is, it's good to be in control of your life and be focused until you achieve your goal. Number 2, avoid your money from being stagnant. We know that the rich are acquiring assets, but did you know that the majority of their savings are not in a bank or piggy bank? They know that inflation is the number 1 enemy of our money, so they are doing something to fight it. If you do not know the meaning of the word inflation, it is the increase in the prices of goods and the decrease in the purchasing power or value of our money. If the average inflation rate is 3%, that simply means that the value of your money will decrease by 3% year by year. How will you know this? Just look at the frequent increase in the prices of goods. If you used to take home a lot of groceries for $50, now that's less. Nothing has changed in the money. Your $50 then is still $50 now. What has only changed is its purchasing power, because the prices of commodities then is no longer the same as the prices of commodities today. Therefore, you should also avoid making your money stagnant, and you should put it in an investment that has a return that is more than the inflation rate year by year. Let's take, for example, the big difference between money in a bank and money in a business. For example, you have $5,000. If your $5,000 is just in the bank and you haven't moved it in a year, it just means that your savings will be less than 3% next year and again because of inflation. But if you use the same $5,000 to build a business, there is a good chance that you will beat the inflation rate, and you will also be able to protect the value of your money. Always remember that the real reason you save is to invest and acquire assets. Number 3, avoid lending to people you cannot trust. One big mistake you will make with your savings is to lend them to people who cannot pay their debts. Many relationships are broken because of lending money and not paying it. You think it's good to help those in need, but lending money, especially to people you don't fully know, is a big mistake because we cannot predict the course of time. What if you lose your job and you need the money? What would you do if you lend a large percentage of your savings to your friends? There are many reasons why we lend money to others. It's either they have an emergency and you are the only one they can approach, they cannot borrow from the bank because they are not qualified, or they just need it for personal use. There is nothing wrong with lending money, but it is also not good when you lend all your savings. I suggest that when you lend money, you only lend the amount you are willing to let go, so that when your relative or friend does not pay you back, it's not too heavy on your part. And my advice is, when someone owes you money and you don't get paid, move on immediately and look for a bigger opportunity. A lot of valuable time or opportunity is wasted when your mind is stuck in negative situations. Just think that money that doesn't come back to you is your financial help to your friend, and focus on making good decisions now so that you can increase your savings even more in the future. Number 4, avoid investing in things you don't know. Again, to avoid your money becoming stagnant, you should put it in an investment that has an interest that is more than the inflation rate year by year. But that doesn't mean that all investments are guaranteed to make you money. It still depends on you if you have enough knowledge of the investments you want to start. Because if you think about it, a lot of people make money in the stock market, and many also lose money. Many became rich in real estate, and many also went bankrupt. Many succeeded in business, and many got bankrupt. So that's why always remember that you shouldn't put your savings into investments that you have no idea how to work. It is better to only invest a small percentage of your savings, and like in lending, you only invest the amount you are willing to let go. And also, study an investment before you enter it so that you can avoid scams and big losses. Number 5, avoid spending all your savings. This is what most people come and do. They save so that they have something to grab when there's a sale, when there's a new gadget coming out, and when they want to go out and have a good time. There is nothing wrong with doing this once in a while, but the question is, are you saving for the betterment of your future, or are you only saving for short-term gratification? It's okay to buy a new gadget, go out, or go to sales as long as it fits into your budget and the money you use doesn't affect your savings. To avoid wasting your savings on things that are not important, you must learn how to control yourself, because most of the time, the common reason why we are spending a lot is through emotion or impulse buying. If there is something called stress eating, there's also something called stress buying, because you're under a lot of stress at work and you want to make up for it, so you thought of rewarding yourself by buying things that give you pleasure. It's like shopping, gambling, and spending money on luxuries. So you must develop emotional intelligence so that you can use your savings properly. In summary, the 5 things you should not do with your savings are: number 1, avoid having no purpose or goal in your savings. Number 2, avoid your money from being stagnant. Number 3, avoid lending to people you cannot trust. Number 4, avoid investing in things you don't know. And number 5, avoid spending all your savings. Of the 5 things we discussed today, which of them gave you the most lessons? Please leave a comment down below. I hope you learned something from our video today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay updated on our new financial education videos. Like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and may all your dreams come true. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.